be smug. You're going to die of jealousy. That's what's going to happen.
That too. Hi, welcome to the show.
We're talking about what's going to happen if we get a dog and he winds up sleeping on me as well as Twiglet sleeping on me. And it's going to be that meme of the lady with the giant stuffed animal and the other person being like, no, I get nothing. I get nothing at all. Okay, we know what you're here for. Let's be honest.
Look at that perfect little angel baby demon child.
Perfect little demon child who's asleep right now.
He has played for 2 straight hours today.
There were many crimes. Yes, the whole chat gives him a pet. Here we go. He was awake like 12 seconds ago, of course. And now he's like, no, I shall not perform for camera. Of course not. There we go. We'll put him in the little corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, etc. Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday. How's it only Wednesday?
Again.
I'm so goddamn tired. Oh,
it's been a busy week. It has, in fact, been a busy week, John.
Yes, it has. He is
the perfect little baby.
He is a perfect little baby 90% of the time. Like, especially right now, because he has his own blanket. So it is winter. It is cold. It is officially winter. There was snow yesterday.
And he is just a little guy.
So, and so am I. So in the winter, we operate double duvet protocol because I have a big, thick, nice, warm one, and I can wrap it completely around myself like a little margarito. And Alistair has his pathetic excuse for a blanket. I don't know. You have your blanket. You are happy.
We've been over this. Manx.
Yes, exactly. But Twiglet sleeps on my chest at night.
And occasionally your face.
And occasionally his butt is like right here. And then sometimes his head's right here. And then he's like, hi, Mom. It's cute and annoying at the same time. But I was worried about him getting cold. So now I sleep under my duvet with another little blanket on top that when Twiglet comes and cuddles me to go to sleep, I tuck around him and he sticks his little paws under it. And it's very cute.
I'm fine.
I cuddle you.
You do.
I try to cuddle you, and then you don't understand. Like, I normally sleep on my side, right? And so
used to.
I sleep and cuddle Alistair, but now Twiglet's like, Mom, lie on your back so I can sleep on your chest.
I've seen him do it. I have seen him climb up onto her shoulder and go,
boo, monkey, boo. Yes, okay, the blanket used to be called my bed scarf because I would go to sleep in the duvet and wrap the scarf around my head to keep my head warm. But I like to burrow, okay? And now it is our bed scarf because he gets all wrapped up in it, and it's very cute. This has been the evening's introduction to how
the 5 things on this show.
Really? We're up to 5?
Yeah, the first is this. Then
this is This Week in Twiglet, right?
The Twiglet news.
Right, exactly.
Then we will do an introduction. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Alistair.
I'm Marguerite.
This is the show. That was fast. And we'll talk for a little bit.
We don't stick around. We don't hang around.
We don't. And then we will play the game. And the game is, right now, Tavern Talk.
Tavern Talk, which is not on my list of buttons. Here it is.
Tavern Talk is coffee talk, but Dungeons and Dragons, basically.
It's really...
With some interesting other mechanics to it.
Which we just started 2 weeks ago. We didn't stream last week because I've got a lot going on the day job right now, and I'm just really knackered. And I'm really knackered now, but I missed streaming. And why am I at such a funky angle? I don't know what's going on. Look at me, I'm a mess. Mercy, I'm a mess. Anyway, okay.
I'm carefully saying nothing because people have yet to see the chili on my shoulder.
Well, you shouldn't have called it out.
That's all right, no one can tell.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll play, that's the third thing.
Then we'll do shenanigans.
That's the fourth thing.
And then there'll be the end credit. Don't test me. It'll count.
Really? Yeah. You had a different thing planned for the fifth thing and you forgot that.
You'll never know. You'll never know.
I almost bought Tavern Talk this weekend during the Steam Cozy sale. Now I will discover if I have regrets. It's cute.
It's really good. It's
So fun. It's been very cute. We've been enjoying it for sure. And we are playing another kind of cozy-esque game on Sunday mornings called Caravan Sandwich, which is quite cute.
And which I kind of describe as, what if the alien universe had a world where Weyland-Yutani just kind of gave up and everyone who was working there stuck around? And it's kind of Provence-y. And there's some frightening stuff, but it's mostly nice.
Yeah. Vampire Therapist is on my list of things to play. I do want to play that as well.
Dave Jones not in that.
I think I'd remember if Dave Jones was a Vampire Therapist. But mostly I'm playing Veilguard. I'm up to like 35 whole hours now. I'm still like nowhere near where I need to be, and they already made me make a difficult choice, and I did not enjoy it.
You aren't even out of Act 1 yet,
no,
are you?
I don't think I'm even out of Act 1. I have not recruited all the party members yet. That's where I am. But there's so much. There's so much to do.
Whereas I'm playing a little...
And there are cats all over the cities that need petting. So, there's much to do.
Whereas I'm playing a little known indie game called Baldur's Gate 3, which is it's very good. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it.
Really? Such a sleeper hit. Yes. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And you're just about to level, you said.
Yes.
You can be level 4. You're so scary.
I'm 19 XP off level 4. I was getting my ass...
Go find a book.
Right. I was getting my ass handed to me in every single fight, like full on, hi, here's your ass. And I found out it was because I had the difficulty up too high. I had on normal. I'm not overly unproud of that, so I put it down to storyteller. So suddenly, I got to...
You can complete combat.
I can win fights now.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Well, you are a bard, so...
Yeah, a lot of the time I can just...
The way I get through these games is I put them on story mode and I play melee shit kickers, and that just works for me.
I am. Yeah, Alistair plays a bard.
Yes.
Shocking.
Who's surprised? Tiefling bard. Who's surprised? I play dwarf paladins. He plays tiefling bard.
I was playing a tiefling bard who is basically tiefling Captain Christopher Pike. He just kind of rocks up and goes, "Hi, could we not, have some food and not kill each other?"
Yes, Hawkeye, you absolutely
and like 3 times out of 4 people are like, "That actually sounds awesome. Yes, thank you."
Yes.
And the 4th time, like, "Gale, fucking get him."
We should really do a multiplayer at some point. That would be fun.
Especially as I have now perfected my current power move, which is fight people on cliffs and shove them off.
It's a good power move. I'm thinking about playing a monk who does something very similar. Ka-chow, right? So... yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yes.
But yeah, that's our downtime in the evenings is I'm playing Veilguard and he's playing Baldur's Gate 3. And Twiglet is doing exactly that. That is
all the time.
Oh, you guys, he's so excited. Okay, so we had some IKEA delivered today because I'm finally getting to do my art room upstairs.
Hawkeye, you are 100% on the money.
Big College of Law.
All the way down the line.
Right.
College of Law with a level of College of fuck you.
Oh, the ancients. Woo! Okay, anyway, let's move on.
You were saying?
And it got delivered in a big, gigantic box. Twiglet is a cheap date. Twiglet's favorite toys are frangible. He loves paper. He loves cardboard. He loves raffia. He loves feathers, tissue paper, anything that he can destroy. Yes.
He loves corrugated cardboard.
Paper bags are like his number one thing. And our living room was a shrapnel battlefield of former like rolls of paper and paper bags, etc. But this big gigantic box showed up. So we put all the shrapnel in the big gigantic box and put the cat in it.
I've never seen him happier.
And he was there for like half an hour. He's just like, oh, I can't see everything and I can burrow. And he likes texture under his paws. He likes to feel different textures, and he really loves paper and he loves to slide on it. So being in this giant box where he can like be in like we also think he's maybe a little bit agoraphobic. He really likes to be in caves or enclosed spaces. His crate, his carrier is over there, and it's open all the time.
He hangs out
And he
quite
goes
regularly.
into it all the time. One of his favorite toys is a tunnel. So he loves to be like inside a paper bag, or lately he gets inside the couch. He gets between the cover of the couch and the bottom of the couch. And there's just this little lump that responds to toys. It's very strange. But yes, he loves the big giant box of his former victims, I guess. And
it's about his height as well.
It's
so
huge.
So you just see him kind of go,
a menace when I try to cut out sewing patterns. I can, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's very much a cave kitty. So another day in the future for his enrichment time and his enclosure, I'm going to take a big handful of kibble and just go woo!
because
in the big giant box and let him spend a day figuring it out. That's why he's so tuckered out. He's been playing in that box all day.
Because the other thing that we figured out is kibble in his dish. That's bullshit. The same kibble on one of his window mats. That's amazing.
That's a treat. That's an amazing thing he's never seen before. Speaking of amazing things we've never seen before.
Before I put this on camera, you need to know that we've had a very hard couple of weeks, and we're also easily led.
And Brennan Lee Mulligan was not wrong as the CEO of Oreo. Gingerbread Oreos. I have no idea if they're going to be any good at all.
Picked these up earlier today, and unprompted, my first thought was, the first thing I said was, that is some crazy bullshit.
Yes. So.
And then we bought them.
It's just been one of those days where we eat our feelings, and so we're going to probably eat some gingerbread flavored feelings. And I have Minter Wonderland ice cream as well.
I think we have Minter Wonderland ice cream.
I think you'll find I have Minter Wonderland ice cream. Thank you very much. And now we have Oreo bullshit. We have gingerbread bullshit.
I'm going to have one. You talk.
The Coca-Cola Oreos?
Coca Oreos.
Blah, 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 blah. All right, fine. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm not even going to dunk it in tea.
They look like the white supremacist ones.
Kind of. They smell kind of. Kind of. Kind of. They smell like... You know when you buy like wax melts that are gingerbread? They smell kind of like that. And they do have cute little gingerbread individuals on them, which is kind of cute. It's not bad.
See, this is why I don't do food reviews on TikTok, because it would just be 30 seconds of me going, it's all right. Like and subscribe.
Have you tried the Smitten Kitchen gingerbread recipe? It's the best thing I've ever tasted.
Literally half an hour ago, as we were walking in, I was like, you know what? I might make some gingerbread this Christmas. So hold that thought, and thank you.
So I see multiple gingerbread recipes here under Smitten Kitchen. Gingerbread biscotti? Hold the freaking phone. They're okay. I mean, they're okay, right? Gingerbread like the cake. I think grandma.
You know how Oreos have a very distinctive taste, and that's actually part of the point of them. These don't.
Yeah. Is this the gingerbread snacking cake? Hold on.
As opposed to the gingerbread utility cake.
We're cleaning out the bath. Speculative sub. Okay, here's the other thing. We have the Grand Mercy Tavern one. Okay, Grand Mercy Tavern's gingerbread. There we go. Oh, it's a bundt cake. Even better.
I love bunt. Love a good bunt.
Love a bundt. And it needs molasses, which I probably have about exactly 1 cup of left. You can't buy it in this country. You guys don't use it, so I have to import it.
Allergic to flavor.
Yeah, exactly. But ooh, And a cup of oatmeal stout or a Guinness. Oh yeah.
What are you doing this weekend?
Playing goddamn Baldur's Gate. Well, no, you're playing Baldur's Gate. I'm so tired.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Gingerbread biscotti also look really good.
Make your deal. I'll do the gingerbread biscotti this weekend, and you do the other one the other weekend.
I don't know. I kind of want a cake. Cake sounds good. Treacle is like molasses. It's similar, but it's not as dark and like caramelly flavoring. You use treacle and it worked just fine. Okay. Not like golden syrup, but like treacle. Okay.
It's one of my favorite Cockney terms of endearment.
Treacle?
All right, treacle. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, and what do you think of mince pies?
Hey, Ben. How you been?
Mince pies are a Christmas food, which means they unlock on December 1st. I do not eat Christmas foods before December 1st.
Culinary rules of engagement in
But
this.
then I order oh so very many of the little tiny mince pies. They are my favorite. And the adoration of the baby cheeses begins because there are special types of cheese that you can only get in December. And I like to eat them. Oh!
I can't show this to you because it's a long way over there. But a box arrived today.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. Oh,
It
and
is
it's about this long. Yeah, about that long and about this time. And it contains our advent calendar for this year. And it is the Bon Maman advent calendar. It is a box of jam. It is a box of little tiny pots of jam every day for advent. And I'm so
At
looking
various
forward
points
to it.
today, one or both of us has yelled, "Box of jam!"
Moving into the new house at the end of next week.
Awesome job,
Congratulations.
Helen.
Well done. Me and my sister want to make mince pies this year. I miss them so much. Stupid America not having them. Jam vent.
Vent. That's
What it's called now. That's the hashtag.
Hashtag
Today's
vent.
Jam vent. All right, cool. I'm writing it down. Excuse me. I'm going to go write it down. Jam vent. Hashtag jam vent.
Furniture arrives in January. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm
Get some
sorry.
camp chairs for now.
Thanks,
I've never made mince pies, and I don't have any desire to do so because it sounds like a tremendous amount of work. But what I do want to make this year for the holidays, because we got the stand mixer serviced because it needed it. It's like 15 years old and needed repairs.
The stand mixer is older than my presence in the relationship.
Yes, exactly. I want to make marshmallows. Specifically, I want to make big, gigantic, square, like the top of the mug size peppermint marshmallows. That's what that's what I want to make for the holidays. That I want to take a lot of naps. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Look at him. He's being so cute. I love how if these aren't very good, but we keep eating them, you might want to put those away. I am perpetually confused about mince pies. Do they have meat in them or no? So mince pies are minced dried fruit. So it's usually a combination of dried apricots, apples, currants. They have orange peel or lemon peel. Zest is quite common. Alcohol is sometimes common, so you have to check. But it is a dried fruit mixture baked inside a little tiny pastry, and it's tasty.
For many people, it is a delight. For me,
Yeah, you don't care for them.
no.
What is the Christmas thing that you like that I don't? I can't remember. There's lots of
I'm
Christmas.
not sure there is one. I'm pretty-
Sultanas, which you also can't get in the state scramble grumble. Sultanas are just,
artisanal raisins.
they're just a type of raisin. You know how currants are little itty bitty raisins? Sultanas are just a variety of grape turned into raisin.
California raisins will do the job.
Normal old American California raisins will be just fine.
Plus, they'll harmonize as they do it.
Okay, let's move on.
Mandy, that
Fun
joke
fact.
is entirely for you.
No, it's for me. Fun fact, I loved the California raisins.
You have the album.
And my favorite Christmas animated movie involves the California raisins. I mean, you know, quickly, you were supposed to talk.
You're
Yeah.
Oreoing.
There we go.
All right. Oreo. No, I'm actually pretty cool with most Christmas festive food products. Aside from that, the thing I especially like is that Marks and Spencer's, which is the old. It used to be the posh supermarket in this country.
No, it's the
Then Waitrose
second
happened.
most. Then Waitrose happened.
Yeah. Marks and Spencer's are very calm and very well behaved and really quite conservative in a lot of very important ways.
Absolutely, KB.
And aside from at Easter and Christmas,
They just lose their shit.
when they go fucking crazy.
We had white chocolate gold dust covered
Art Deco asymmetrical angel wing.
angel wing. Single angel
Wing.
wing. One white angel wing.
Christmas Sephiroth.
We had Christmas Sephiroth one year. The next year they did like brutalist deco gingerbread houses that were all like sharp angles
which
and
also
stuff.
rotated and played music.
They do all sorts of really bizarre, look, we're posh kind of things for the holidays.
And
It's very
really
strange.
good biscuits. I take it we're going to get the traditional Marks and Spencer's box of chocolate biscuits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Oof. Oh, yeah. They do good, like, assortments of Christmas cookies that we wind up eating way too many of in this house.
Oh, Target makes a huge deal that they get M&S stuff now. Brilliant. That is a very good reason to go to Target.
Does that mean that M&S is going to get Target stuff now?
Well, maybe we should look.
Because I got like a list, you know. I got a tin shaped like a mailbox filled with envelope shaped cookies.
Yep, there we are. There we are.
Super cute. Third took God like 4 years ago now. Gross when they named their Christmas donut Santa's Yum. Oh God, I fucking remember the Yum Nuts, and I'm
still
like,
do them.
what are you
Still do them.
doing? What are you
I will
doing?
go to my grave convinced that this was a product that was given a troll name by a marketing intern, and everyone above them was too old to notice. I'm like, yeah, sure, go on. Or better still, they were all like, do it.
Do it. We can't be harmed by conventional means. We're M&S. Do it. He needs a chin scratch. He's very cute right now.
Shin scripts, little guy.
He's super cute. Anyway, we're actually here to play a game, so we might want to like get on that.
I would suggest rubbing his belly, but I mean, he will find a way to show his balls to the camera if I do that.
Let's not do that. Let's try to preserve the poor child's decency. He's 6 months old now. He turned 6 months old a couple of days ago, and our friend who's in an animal rescue adjacent person has he calmed down for a little bit.
You've got 2 months.
You give it 2-3 months until he hits his next growth spurt and becomes uncontrollable anymore. He stopped teething as much, which is good. Okay, so we got him these little like sticks that are apparently really good for him to chew on. It's called like silverwood or something. I don't know. He batted one under the bed the other day, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go dig it out. So I had to like flashlight, tool, blah blah. There were like 10 of them hidden under the bed from where he batted them all away. He hoards things.
His arms are like this long.
I don't even know how. You know, I have no idea how it got underneath there. He's very accomplished. He's just a very inventive little guy. What can I say?
Made entirely of crime.
I made it right. Oh, hang on. I don't think I changed. Let's see. Oh, I didn't change it. Let me make it bigger real quick. Give me a second. That was our fan art this week. Was behold, cats' crimes and what they look like.
Completely full of crimes.
Kittens are completely full of crimes. 100%. Silvery, and that was it. Ruthie had a pens phase. I moved the couch to find 13.
Good God. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm trying to keep him out of my pens on my desk. I'm not always successful. I think there's still a Sharpie or two on the floor from the last time he was in there. Silvering powder. Oh, okay.
Changed the channel on the iPad a few times.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have a sleigh ride Colin the Caterpillar this year. Okay.
I got nothing. Bang to rights. Bang to rights. I got nothing. I'm not even going to try and defend that. Maybe just lick my glasses on camera.
Oh my.
He's after dark.
I'm just gonna drink my tea and try to move on from that.
Welcome to the show.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game and you're gonna leave your glasses on your face. Thank you very much. Would you like your glasses cleaning cloth at the commercial break, perhaps?
Oh, yes. Do we have one of those?
I'm sure we do somewhere. Okay. Weirdo. We got a couple of minutes to the ad break. Is there anything else we were supposed to do during this segment? I can't remember.
We're watching 2 very good TV shows at the moment.
Are we?
Yes, well, I'm watching 2. You're watching 1.
I'm watching one.
Cross, which is excellent.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy Leverage, a huge amount of
And if you don't enjoy Leverage, what are you doing here?
the huge amount of it is Aldous Hodge having a really bad time.
Yeah. Being very emotional and dutiful and shirtless. He's a very beautiful man who deserves praise for all of that work.
And if you remember the Old Spice adverts from some time ago, Isaiah Mustafa is playing his partner, and an awful lot of it is just these two very large, very principled dudes being funny and laconic at one another. It's a really nice time.
Bubby, we're over here.
I do not wish to be perceived.
What's the problem?
Oh, hello.
I'm going to groom myself in your general direction. Okay, fine.
And I'm also watching Sugar on Apple TV because our Apple TV trial is going away shortly. And as Herman has talked about a lot in our conversations, one of the best things you can do with the streaming service is wait until there's something that you want to see, buy a couple of months of it. Yeah. And
we're about to turn it
watched
off
Slow
again.
Horses. There's just For All Mankind. We'll turn it back on when there's more For All Mankind and Slow Horses and Silo. But no, Sugar is very, very good. It's Colin Farrell as a PI in Los Angeles in 2024. And it makes turns. It takes choices. It makes choices. And it takes a long time to get there, but it's worth it. Sugar.
Yeah. Right. Why don't we go ahead and take the ad break then? We're a couple minutes early, but I need to get all of the things and stuffs fired off. And,
Okay.
and you do not need a glasses cloth if you do not want one anymore.
I think I do.
Okay. Oh, did you finish Gravity Falls?
I am halfway through the second season and still tremendously enjoying it.
You don't wake me up laughing anymore, for which I am grateful.
Although I think I did show you sometimes profound, sometimes absurd. Who says some words?
I remember that, yes. And I remember having absolutely no context for that.
I also may have found Seuss's t-shirt on Redbubble, and I am tempted.
Put it on your Christmas list.
I will.
There you go. All right. There you go. Why don't we take an ad break, folks? Get yourself a drink of water if you need one, or a stretch, or a snack, or maybe you have a twiglet like we do who is in need of a... There is no context for Seuss that truly...
He's my boy. I love Seuss.
So this is like the X-Files wannabe cartoon.
Two twins stay for the summer with their great uncle who runs the Mystery Shack, a dubious museum in the small Pacific Northwest town of Gravity Falls. Seuss is the uncle's handyman. Wendy, the daughter of a local huge lumberjack, is the shop assistant who one of the two twins instantly develops a crush on.
I remember that.
And what they very, very soon realize is this is the weirdest town on the planet. They realize this when a mecha made entirely of gnomes pursues Mabel, one of the twins, through the back end of the first episode to try and get her to marry it so it can become king of the gnomes.
So ad break?
That's possibly one of the most well-behaved episodes of the show. Yes, ad break.
Wow.
And now, capitalism.
For anyone in the UK with access to iPlayer, Box of Delights will be on BBC
Which is
from,
superb.
I don't even know what that is.
Box of Delights is a fantastic and very strange show involving Hun the Hunter, a flying car, and Jesus, temporarily.
Sure. Okay. No, we're going to go see Red One this week because I need to not brain, and watching J.K. Simmons go heavy on weightlifting sounds, and, a gigantic polar bear giving Chris Evans. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like what my brain is going to be like by the time we get there, for sure.
Yes.
Right. Let's take a stretch, get yourself what you need, and we will load up Tavern Talk, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes when Marguerite remembers how to push the end button. Folks, we're having a little bit of trouble here. My display settings are being a bit difficult. Hang on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I see what's happened there. No, I don't want that. Okay, so now maybe if I'm lucky. Sorry, folks, I'm talking to myself for a minute because I'm trying to get the game to...
We'll be with you directly.
Yeah, we're here. It's just for some reason the game is not starting where I tell it to start. And it's... Yeah. Start over here. Yeah, see? It wants to start in the wrong place. And it won't run windowed. Well, how about this? We might have to do this kind of backwards today. Can I do it like that? All right, see, it's coming across okay. I think what we'll do is we'll just
That's fine.
run it off of here and I'll just get very creative. How about that? Let's...
Apollo 13, that shit. Let's go.
I can Apollo 13 that shit. Hold on. You just have to give me a moment to put the things and stuff back. Oh, we need sound as well, don't we? I mean, in theory. Why? Why are you being so difficult? Why? Why?
Because you've been working too hard and you're very tired.
I mean, if you're going to call me out like that, come on now.
What with the logic and the free labor?
I know. You're such a pain in the butt. The
I know.
logic and the things, right?
So they call me Logical Alistair.
By the way, where are your headphones?
You mean these?
Dun, dun, dun. Oops, hold on. It's okay, Bubby. Sorry. Sorry. You might want those. we're professional, baby. Anyway, this is not going well. All right. Just there we go. Well, we can set up
Night beefing it.
knife. Night beefing it. Okay, wow, that good, huh?
Nice. You're doing great. We're doing great.
It's locked. You can't move it.
I broke your desk.
No, you didn't. I locked it. You just keep bumping into it.
Okay, there's minimal music in this, and this consistently gets in your way, so I'm going headphoneless for
All
today.
right. Okay, you do that. I'm not having any sound right now anyway, and all of my controls are not where they're supposed to be. It's very frustrating. Hold on. Why? Why must you vex me? Why? All right. I have no idea if people are hearing the audio or not. I'm not. Which is not my preference. Where is my sound? My sound, y'all. No. We have music? Okay, thank you, Ducky. I might just have to fake this and hope there's no important musical clues. Because for some reason the game doesn't want to send sound to us. Don't switch, thank you. Hang on a second. I don't even know where I'd go to find that setting. All right, forget it. Banjo-like tunes. Okay. We vibing. It's good. Hang on, I'm going to try one more thing. Sound. Oh, wait. Oh, there you are. The magic button appears. That's what I need. Open, you fool. That button. There we go. Okay, speakers go. Here. Yay! I have the magical banjo music. Excellent. All right. Let's see. Will you run windowed for me, please, you annoying thing? It says borderless window, which is... Oh, well. I'm not in the mood. Okay. How do I load? Ooh, buy DLC. That's new.
You want to just hit play?
Oh, hold on a second. Look how cut off it is. Give me a second. What's going on with the game here?
Almost there, folks.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
he's too big. Let's fix. There we go. That's better. Now people can actually see what I'm looking at. Okay, so hopefully if I hit play now. I'm alright. I'm just very tired. Good. Okay, good. I was worried. Prelude to bravery. Alright. There we go. Alright, this is Rhea. Right, that's right. We ended with these fantastic fools.
Yes.
Covered in ooze. Oh, I just noticed the little tentacle in the corner.
So, this is Tavern
Yeah,
Talk.
let's do a quick recap.
Basically in Tavern Talk, we are a tavern owner who also serves as essentially a bulletin board. We put together quests and you have to assemble the quests and hire out adventurers to carry them out, and also learn about people as they come in and ask for drinks. These two, it will surprise you not at all to know, are a dwarf and a vampire. And the dwarf really isn't sure how she feels about the fact she's working with the vampire.
Actually, I think the two of them are fine. Working together, but the vampire's drink is, I need another lagoon, huh? I'll see what I can do. Alright, so now I have to be a mixologist again. And I have to remember, if I go to the bulletin board, where's my magic book? Here we go. Frosted Lagoon. Okay. Pleased to be drawing the recipe. Alright. So these are our various potions, what we can mix with. And it looks like it needs... one dash of this. I said one dash. Okay. And one dash of this. And then 3 dashes of this, of the blue one.
That's pretty close.
A frosted lagoon. And then we order it up. Ta-da! Why has the game moved again? Sorry, everybody. I don't know what's happened once again, but it keeps slipping.
If you want to do the dwarf, I'll do the innkeep for this one.
No problem. Stop moving, you silly thing.
Some liquid stamina for a valued guest.
Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayful with this.
Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No. I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so.
Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having to walk.
My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice, and the slide weighs heavily on my shoulders.
I believe the statistic is 1 in 5.
My back is all itchy.
By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? The vampire?
Oh, Kyle. Oh, right. Innkeeper, do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, that reminds me. My Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection.
A chimera? A thing! A beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads in all. Made by the dragons. The guard Gaia likes to eat people for breakfast.
I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful.
Ah.
If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves. I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva.
I'm sure that would have gone over well.
Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then?
No.
No.
What? What are you looking at me like that for?
Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal?
Oh no, forget it. I ain't gonna, with nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop. I'd be no match for such a beast.
No problem, I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more?
As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds? I mean, especially that last part.
Splendid. Do you hear that? A quest just for me.
Let's leave it at 2. Hey, Innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Perhaps, possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White over here to go up in flames.
Oh, sure thing. I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there.
How much?
You can pay when you leave.
Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real person one day.
Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature.
All right, shall we update our quest
He's
board?
awful. I love him.
All right, what do we got here? Here's the Chimera.
That looks like the same kind of paper, doesn't it?
A quirky vampire is looking for his cape. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. According to the Amaranthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth. Or maybe it just rhymed with ice? Who can say? All right. And here's another cape. Here's a quirky vampire looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused. Okay, those 3 go together. That's the Banshee. No. Cape. Saw it on his everything. I think those 3 go together. Is it this? The one thing so our quest would be, the one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is chimera saliva, apparently. Source Aunt Matilda, a vampire, ? A wyvern chimera resides at the Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. According to the Amaranthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is universal. Okay, there we go. That sounds like a good quest.
Sounds very questy.
Until sunrise. Deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? Wow. There we go. And then here's our next quest, which was a quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. The vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. At the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men. Be wary of invisible threats. Chimera saliva, like they could just ask you, right? All right, here we go. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but beware, she might be invisible. All right, there we go. Well done. 2 quests for Kyle.
I love that dude.
This is our little end of day animation, I take it? Oh, that's cute. I think that may be our save symbol. Save! Day 3. The new friends and former enemies. Maybe we should just close it. I like this. It's really cute.
It just looks like a nice place to go hang out, doesn't it?
Right? Here we go.
Decor's changed
A
slightly.
little bit. The pumpkins are still there.
My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they're going to be of use quite soon.
I need to make an infusion as well. Oh, she's back.
And so is Fable.
Oh, I just got an accomplishment, it says. Diplomacy is key.
So I'm guessing we didn't kill Kair's uncle.
So... Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal.
It's good to see you too, Kair. She meant to say please.
Welcome back, Fable. You look alive.
Thank you. I am.
That seems like a given.
I'm just happy to see them doing well, and with a friend.
We ain't friends.
We're not?
So you two... Oh yeah, go ahead.
So you two didn't form a party?
No.
No.
Then...
You go.
Go ahead. Then what's the drink about?
Why did that just pop up?
I don't know.
The werewolf on detours?
Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I owe them some of your dishwater at the very least.
Family feud? Oh, I wouldn't call it a feud. More of a miscommunication.
No, it was a feud.
I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility.
I was gonna kill him.
I thought that was a joke.
It wasn't.
Oh,
But no one died? No, Elfie here was able to prevent that.
it's Fable.
Whatever. Does that perchance have something to do with your quest?
It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf.
Would elaborate? I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? I mean, context for one.
Oh, I think they're confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of.
I also remember saying you didn't want the quest, Care. I didn't. Was there by chance?
They were both stealing sheep.
Was not.
Sure was.
Adventuring don't pay what it used to.
So you steal other people's sheep?
Mind your own business. And how did any of this lead to a successful quest?
Well, where do I start?
How about at the beginning?
Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon.
Of the quest, Fable.
Oh, right. The quest. Okay. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove pretty swiftly. I reached the border of Dragaran right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. It's idyllic. Well, at least before sunset, it's idyllic.
Do you have trouble in the dark?
Emotionally?
Visually.
A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl.
Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you do if you could turn your head all the way around.
Who says I can't?
Huh.
Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing.
Not the normal kind.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet.
Your ears are failing at being small.
So I snuck in closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep.
I was petting it.
Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all of my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I did want to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, or maybe that would help calm her down. And
it confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? Wow, you have not done enough meet cute care.
a polite person.
We're insane one.
Well, it works, didn't it?
Because I'm not a werewolf.
Well, he wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a "what?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was.
No, I asked, who are you, a guard?
I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood going like hole. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell.
Please, it was barely a bark.
And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around.
He turned around immediately.
And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes.
I don't know what John is.
Sharp teeth. Giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up.
He did.
But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Helen and the werewolf were on the ground fighting tooth and nail.
And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. Go on. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that's not it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue and checkered, and they had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That'll... Hey, why can't I say that? Oh, do you hear the... Oh, you can't hear it, but there's lightning that goes off. Blade! What the blade? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Blade! Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon. Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him, too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. I was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yeah. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually, he just left. ran away without a word, left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. I swore I was going to kill him if I ever saw him again. It was that he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. The idiot. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you talk it out with your fists?
I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did.
How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him, and I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell that she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did not end up grazing Mrs. Dragon's ear. But it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. And I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would never have done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen.
Looked mighty scary there, little pal.
Oh, thank you. I sat them down and I did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me.
That sounds rather dangerous. It was. Wouldn't have stopped for them.
But
You're the size of a stick. You think you can stop two angry wolves?
oh well, and anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Kaelin and the miscommunication.
Feud.
The feud, sure. And how it turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. And that's no excuse, of course.
No, it ain't. If we had known, we would have helped him the best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons.
I see he didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on.
Oh.
But that only made it worse.
I wonder how Fable's going to learn that lesson.
Yeah. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things or Bukakin things, so to speak, and trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep. Stealing sheep. That's something they have in common.
The sheep?
No, their stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep do.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them.
And you got them to do that. The little stick is oddly persuasive. I was talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe you did want to. Maybe. How'd it go? Fine. It'll take some time to accept his apology, though. I'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Fedor and all the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful.
Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing.
He got so obsessed with the cure, he still can barely control himself.
We helped him realize that even the cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement and a small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs.
That sounds like a bunch of bleep.
It's real. You're a crescent moose.
Mm-hmm.
We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy.
That sounds great.
It is. It's a happy ending.
I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new.
So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one?
Exactly.
Oh, I like that.
So, After your heroic therapy session, sorry folks, you two decided to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend the day at the settlement, but they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was trying to get back here. Was talking about how they needed to update you on everything non-stop. Would think that they live here or something.
I had to report back about the quest.
I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves.
Oh,
Said something about it being for you, Innkeep? Oh, really?
yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise.
That wasn't that hard, was it?
Well,
So, a drink. What can I offer you, Kara? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean, make me the usual. Strength never gets old. All right.
drink.
Strengthy drink. Drink of strength. Right. A swordy drink. That's a swordy drink. Another Southern Brawler, please. So we got a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. And a whole lot of that. Buoyant. Order up. Ta-da! Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you?
Do you have something that will calm me down? Even maybe bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses, maybe. I had a very stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events.
So, Swift Strike. Come on. There we go. So, one of these. And one of these. And then the rest is all this. Come on, pour. Ta-da!
I love handing happy little signs.
Here you go.
Thank you. Wow, this is perfect.
You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're gonna pass out any second. So do you, for that matter.
Maybe sleep is a good idea. Kellen, do you have a place to sleep?
I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie.
See you later.
Are you heading home, Fable?
Yeah, I've been gone a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly.
Maybe take a nap first.
Yes, that too.
Did you enjoy your first quest? Before we get into this last bit of dialogue, we're about to run an ad break. So why don't we take that ad break? Because we may be talking to Fable for a longer period of time. Folks, this is the 1 hour mark. So if you haven't gotten up out of your chair and had to wiggle around since you joined the stream, this is your good chance to do so. Get yourself a drink of water or a snack or anything like that. And we'll be back in a couple minutes and you can watch Twiglet snooze in the meantime. Sound good? We'll be right back. And we're back. Let's see. So, did you enjoy your first quest?
I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming.
Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable.
Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure.
I think this is just the beginning.
Well, that would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day?
That's a pretty tall order.
You're right. I'm not cut out for that.
I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end.
Right.
Oh, the music game audio's going again. There we go. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help.
Maybe you should ask Helen first, but I would be very happy to be second.
We'll see.
Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity.
Hola.
Even if it would make for a very good song.
Or a sad one.
Or both. I'm going to head home now.
Do that. I'll stock up on some quests for you.
Oh, I can't wait. See you soon.
See you soon. So am I going to stock up on some quests?
Working on
Oh,
something.
God.
Here we go.
Hang on a second. Oh, look. So what it shows is the check mark, i.e. that one's been done. These are the two quests that I have. He's going to take one of them. I just know it.
He looks like a saliva bucket kind of cat.
I'll do the innkeeper for this. Good evening to you too.
This quest. It wasn't here yesterday.
That's correct.
It seems dangerous
It is.
and mysterious,
Sure.
like me.
Oh my god. He's giving me such I'm in love with the concept of My Chemical Romance.
This dude brings mopeds.
This dude brings mopeds. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name, maybe?
Zephyr.
Did the wind carry you in?
No. My legs.
Oh my god.
I want a quest.
Well, you can have it.
Not just literally. Physically. Emotionally. Oh my god, it's Cody. Be cool.
Emotionally?
I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle. To get the cape. I mean... Yes.
Well, no one's gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they'd be welcome to.
Do you know of the castle?
Yes,
Seems strange.
it is. A vampire lives there.
I heard rumors, whisperings of a strange, fiendish woman residing there.
What a coincidence. So did I.
Has she ever frequented your tavern?
No, not recently.
But she has.
Once. Had a vampire mixer.
Interesting. So she was only here at night.
Yes.
Would you say she was unnaturally pale?
I already said she was a vampire. No, she had a lot of makeup on.
But below that mask,
Sure, yes. Would guess she looked pretty dead below that.
what kind of drink did she order?
Blood.
Interesting. You sell blood?
Of course.
Whose blood?
Did Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle?
Really? All of them?
Yeah, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. At the grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. That's a lovely
That's a
line.
great line. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Oh, for a goth. I love that.
Or for a goth.
Goth or vampire. She seems to be a thief.
It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that?
Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. We are not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude.
I suppose so. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat.
Not if it's cursed.
Especially then.
Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences.
You're having fun with
So much fun, this is great.
The consequences being you?
Exactly.
Oh my god, he's Lucanus. Jesus. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing.
Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there.
So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right?
Certainly, gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills.
What about some interior decorations?
Like what, for example?
Just something to pretty my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration.
Like a chair?
Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty.
Wait. You're being serious.
Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern.
I will see what I can do. You won't be disappointed.
Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design.
Sounds like I'll need a few stamps.
Would you like some?
No. Too traceable.
How about a drink then?
I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. What do you trade them for?
Secrets, or how about a joke?
Interesting.
Interesting choice. Let's save. What do we want to trade it for? A secret or a joke?
Yeah, because this is a tough one, because a secret is obviously going to play into his I am the knight thing, and a joke is going to deflate that, and both of those seem funny.
Let's go with secrets.
Okay.
How about a secret?
Secrets. I have many.
Grant me one.
I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before. Just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy. I spent hours just watching you from afar.
That is, definitely a secret.
You cleaned a lot of glasses. Served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife.
All right, enough secrets. You can have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. I'm finally able to unpack them.
Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? Alright, Batman, when's your neck in?
For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The operation is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation.
Interesting.
So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore?
Mechanical romance. I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature.
No.
So I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. But that does sound appealing.
It is so
Fucking Cody, man.
Cody. Strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs.
Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose. So that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity. And some invisibility could help with staying unseen should my speed and agility not prove to be enough. Help me with the decision, Inky. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? Pardon me.
Alright, so now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. Interesting, interesting. And here they are, look. Up here, fey crystals, phoenix chilies, frost cones. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay. So let's go to my book here. I have 2 order options here. I'm thinking the stealthy is the way to go.
Stealthy. We're playing this game all about tolerance. I don't really want to go, yeah, go there and kill him because she nicked her husband's cape.
Hold on. I don't want to frost the good one. Oh, so I have to figure it out. Okay, so this is the fey crystals, right? That grant invisibility?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's start
For a while. For a bit.
So we started with that. And then he wants swiftness. Look how there's these little plus symbols here. Interesting. Okay. Where's the... Can we see the dialogue? No. Okay, so we want swiftness. You think it's going to be 3 of this, right?
Yeah.
Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then he said, he said some agility and some, oh, I can't remember what else he said.
Let me look it up.
It looks like
I got you.
so I've given him 3 of the dexterity. Oh, interesting. See, there's the negative.
You want a dexterity boost with an invisibility infusion, yeah?
Yeah. So then he said something, but I didn't note it down.
Okay, basically the 2 options we've got are there will be a small amount of bloodshed, or there will be large bloodshed and he'll come back with manly scars. And the dexterity boost with the invisibility infusion is a small amount of bloodshed.
There we go. Okay, so how do I go from here? What are the other 2 measures of it?
Hold on.
Is it purple? Let's see what happens. If I get it wrong, I'll feed it to Andu.
Basically, what you want is a swift strike with the invisibility infusion.
So then the blue.
Yeah.
Andu hasn't identified that.
So you want to just pour it down its throat?
Yeah.
Good lad, Andu.
All right. Maybe I have to put the invisibility thing in last. So let's try making a swift strike. One, 2, 3. I'm going to try that. So we're going to do one of those. And then 3 of these.
So strike, and then drop a dexterity infusion in there.
You see how it changes it? And let's give it a try. It has to be that this is not the right drink, it says. Interesting. Maybe I have to do it again with this in here to start.
That makes a ton more sense.
Nope.
Let me look it up again.
I wonder if let me try something. No, just the one measure. I'm gonna try something. And if I have to give it one of these to counteract the negative that was there. And then 3 of these. It just came out as a swift strike again. Okay, well, I served it up. Let's see if that works. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear.
Garlic breath.
Not quite, but that's a good name. Can I steal it?
You don't ask for permission before you steal something in keep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade.
I see. Did you ever hear about my new drink, the garlic breath?
Good one. It tastes like not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire.
You don't find garlic scary?
No, only the absence of it.
That makes two of us.
Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me. Goodbye, innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance.
Vengeance makes for an early grave. For those of you who missed it, the chat just says, crawling in my skin.
Well, for a good story. Farewell. We ride.
Let's watch this character information. Zephyr. Kin, Air Echo. He, they, rogue. Zephyr is a difficult character, to say the least. They're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking, or brooding like one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends he does. Interesting.
You might want to pop Kip and Cam on. He's being very cute.
All right, I'll do so. Or for a bitter end. Aww. Bobby, are you covering your nose? What a sweet boy. I think we can get started a little bit more. I'm taking this quest.
Great. Did you sleep well?
What?
Sleep. How was it?
Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages.
That sounds like you needed it.
No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up.
Of course. My apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation?
Think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up, too. Did our book tell us about infusions?
It may, but the internet certainly will.
Here we go. Frozen Pine Cone gives frost armor. Fake Crystal gives invisibility. Phoenix Chili gives fire resistance. None of these seem like something she wants. So I think she just wants her usual, Oh, wow, cool. More locations and stuff. Moon Swamp. Let's see. She likes the Southern Brawler, doesn't she? Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so that's a touch of this. And a touch of this. Come on now. A whole lot of this. Yeah, one double espresso coming right up for sure. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much.
Maybe I should call this drink the Kellen.
Oops, I clicked on the quests by mistake. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest.
Yes, the quest.
I'm taking it.
So you said. I see it is my turn to make conversation. And Miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just got here.
It's been hours since I've done anything but sleep or chat and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. The look he is giving me. The look!
I think that's called boredom.
It's torture.
That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest.
Hope you brought a bucket.
Stealing from a chimera for a vampire's sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that.
You could by taking Elfie along.
Fair point. Please don't.
I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire?
It's for a vampire sunscreen, yeah.
Can a vampire get their chimera goo themselves?
It's a within chimera, and vampires and fire don't mix well.
Also, if everyone...
Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles.
Suppose that'd be terrible for your business.
Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before?
No, not a real one. Got me thinking, it get kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian?
Well, that depends. Are you religious?
Guess not.
Then no.
Would it be if I was?
Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine.
Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss poor job.
Oh, thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about?
I ain't worried.
Okay. Nervous.
Ain't that either.
Then what is it?
Excitement, I suppose.
Excitement.
Don't laugh.
Oh, I'm not laughing. I'm asking.
Ah. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to.
Why haven't you?
I ain't exactly easy to find one, or survive one.
It seems like a great opportunity for you then.
It is.
What's it about guardians?
It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. And maybe a little bit about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right?
Oh yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads?
They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. I'm not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves and had little keepsakes for them all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she
Past?
left. One day she was just gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. I'd like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time.
Your family has a leaving problem.
Here's another rumor unlocked. I like that line. At least she left her savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers.
Did she ever tell you about the Willen Chimera?
No. It was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. but never found a wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return.
I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if it would make for... I don't know if I make for a good barber, but I do enjoy a good tale.
I'll think about it. You've already got me talking too much.
This is you talking too much.
So, you like dragons? Yes.
The fascinating creatures, very interesting, very magical.
They are. Fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. I really wanted their magic and their wings.
You can just ask them for their magic. I'm not sure about the wings.
I'm not a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic. Beep!
Why not?
I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons.
A little help never hurts anybody, you know.
A little self-reliance doesn't either.
If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Care?
Didn't say that.
I see. That doesn't count as help, then.
It's prepayment for me taking on your quest.
Okay, sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest.
Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple.
Okay, what can I get you then?
I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. For they're quick and toothy. Still need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Papa talked quite a bit about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Thinking I can outsmart it with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea.
Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of a phoenix chili would make you fire resistant, and that could be really useful in a fight.
Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one.
And on the topic of trickery...
It's just like to snooze the ad break. No, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. I don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. All right, so do we want to go defense or intelligence?
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like the choices in this are starting to present in a really interesting way, in that there is always a combative one and an intellectual one. And I kind of feel like it would be very easy for us to default to the intellectual one.
Yeah, so I can't look at those tokens.
Little guy. Just a happy little guy.
Adorable. I'm kind of feeling like the defense with the fire chili is the way to go.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
All right, let's take a look at our book. So a frosted lagoon with a fire chili. Sure. Okay. Fire chili. And then we want a touch of strength. And a touch of whatever our crown gives us. And then a whole lot of defense. There we go. This is not the right drink. Oh, okay. Alright. right? Okay, that's right. We have to counter for it. So we have to do a little bit of intelligence to counter for that negative. And then this we'll only need 2 of. And then we need this. Is this right? I'm not sure. Let's try. No. Okay. Here, Andrew. I have a whole lot. So we put the fire chili in it. Well, we know it's 3 of these, right? Frosted Lagoon with a fire chili. Yeah, see, it doesn't do any good to go above 2. Because it already hits the edge here. We need 1 strength.
So going with the frozen lagoon with the Phoenix chili, yeah? Good call.
Not sure that's right. Because the Phoenix chili is the what's going to give her the fire resistance, right? The way we normally do it is like this. And then like this. And then 3 of these, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if that works. No, see, it says it's not the right drink.
Do you want to mix the drink and then drop the fire chili in it?
We tried it last time and it didn't work, remember? Alright, let's try it again.
Stitch just said, I think I know where you're going wrong if you want a hint. Doesn't the chili already give you the 1 strength you need according to the diagram? Do you want to try that?
Yeah, it does.
And do please feel free to wiggle away, folks. That's a Frosted Lagoon, everybody.
Interesting.
So the infusion's a booster, basically. It's like a solid...
So I've got 1 thing left. Can I just throw this in?
Apparently so. Andu's happy.
Let me try something. What happens if I put in another measure of this? It does still count as a Frosted Lagoon. I don't think it gives anything different. It's just more intense. See, it matches the shape. Why wouldn't I just throw the extra strength in there at that point then? Let's try throwing this in here. Why not?
I figured it out.
Thanks. Feeling tougher already and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Folks, I missed the snooze. The ad break is about to run. So
Let's stay grounded.
So why don't we just stop here for a moment
Yeah.
and let the ad break run? I'm sorry, everybody. Let's take the quick last break, and then we'll finish the scene, and then we'll do shenanigans.
Stretch veggie boy. Maximum leggy.
He's such a sweetheart. We're gonna have to go wake him up and run him around a little bit. My Bobby.
Little guy.
Little man. Did it not go to ad break?
And in progress. And we're back.
Those are the chaos ears. And when you see just the very end of his tail start to go, that is the Godzilla warm-up sound for the chaos.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost bedtime, so of course now is the time he has to wake up and cause chaos.
Now's the time for mayhem, is it not?
Right. Also, I never feel filthier than when a cat licks me. It's like, excuse me, that's rude.
Pardon me, sir.
Right, let's finish up the scene and then we'll, I don't know, we might not even need a shenanigan tonight. It's nice and gentle, so.
It is.
Cool.
Chaos Beast.
The Chaos Beast mode, exactly. How urgent? Hang on. There we go. How urgent is the sunscreen?
Oh, it's fairly urgent, actually. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires.
Maybe you should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems.
Well, it might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun?
Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in the mangrove.
Good luck.
We'll be needing it.
I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return.
I like her. Oh! Time to end the day. Yes, Twiglet's witching hour for sure. Otherwise known as I'm trying to go to bed, child. Starlight Sonata. Okay, let's save here then. We can overwrite that one. Ta-da! All right, give me a second here, folks. And we will go back to the main camera and some Twiglet time. How about that?
How we doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. This game is very cute. It's also kind of slow. I can see why maybe it's a solo play game so that you can go through it more quickly, and that why I can see where there's all like the fast forward buttons and stuff on the bottom.
Both the coffee talks had the fast forward thing. If you want to skip it and go to something else, that's fine.
I don't know. I'm having an okay time with it. Let's see what our shenanigan is for this evening. I haven't even taken a look at it yet. Let's call this as part 1, so I'm hoping it's not too terribly lengthy because my voice is getting very tired.
Yeah, and I did agonizing murder screams earlier today, so...
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I recorded a cameo in a new show, which I can't quite talk about yet. Don't get too attached to me.
We'll take turns with the paragraphs. How does it sound?
Okay.
All right, hang on a second. Let me put it in the chat here. This is from Grumpy Greenwich. And it's flagged with writing prompts. So it says, "You're a mimic. You were disguised as a chair in a dungeon when an adventurer decided to take you as loot. You've actually enjoyed your life ever since as furniture in a jolly tavern. So when some ruffians tried to rob the now elderly adventurer's business, you finally reveal yourself." That's a good writing prompt.
If it had learned one thing during its long life, it is that noises are creatures of habit. A pattern of repetition dictated by the coming and going of the light or of the cold. When the light began to fade, the noises gathered in Karimi's den and were even noisier than usual. They fed and drank and made much of themselves, and when the dark began to fade, they made their way off to their own dens, and home grew quiet. Karimi always seemed relieved at the quiet, even as he welcomed all his fellow noisies and took their shinies and gave them food and drink. Karimi's mate, Move Quiet, seemed to be a bit less relieved and no less tired. Those quiet moments were also the only time when Smoky growling came out of the den when the food had come from and made happy noises with the other two. They would all gather the drinking containers and scrape away the dry rushes from the floor, put down the new rushes, straighten up the furnishings, and set the place to rights. And they always left one table covered with food the other noisies had not eaten.
It would eat when the light shone into the den and they were all sleeping. After the first few times, it had learned to take the food, but not the hard, round things underneath it, or the pointy metal sticks sometimes stuck in it. They were palatable, but hard to digest, and it was not as if he needed them. It would also eat the tiny noisies that scuttled around the back, trying to get into Smoky Growling's den. It would not chase them if they managed to escape outside, but they rarely did anymore.
It had learned some of their noises, too. Mostly, those it suspected had to do with it. Those Karimi and its nestmate spoke in the quiet after all the other noisies had gone. Tame, they called it. Domesticated, too. It understood, to some degree, that they knew. They knew it was there. They knew what it was. For a long time, it had thought the camouflage so great that they were unaware, and why not? It had been fantastic camouflage, thank you very much. It had made of itself an absolutely exquisite throne, with finely engraved, curling wooden arms gilded in gold, beautiful indigo leather armrests and seats, bejeweled fittings, a plush indigo cushion that felt like buttery leather to the touch, and a swooping back full of wood-carved fangs. The fangs, of course, were quite real. It had been rather proud of that bit of cleverness.
But no, they knew. It had had ample time to try and understand that in the quiet time when the nest was closed and the dust motes danced on the light coming through the decoy entrances covered by a see-through film that did not actually allow passage. It was really a very cleverly made nest. Why did they let it stay? They were its natural enemies. Whatever it or one of its kind found a noisy, either it ate the noisy or the noisy killed it. But Karimi had instead carried it out of its den into the light across the surface. It had sat unmolested in a dusty room increasingly full of noisy things. They did love to hoard their things. For a long time it had sat there, eating the scuttling noisies that came occasionally meandering in, and why not? It was warm, it was dry, it was empty. There were no others to compete for what little prey came by.
Eventually, they had moved it to this den. Here, too, there were patterns. When the light was at its brightest, Noisies poured in, packed the place, ate the food that came out of Smoky Growling's den, left Shinies behind, and departed. Then it would be quiet, once again, until the light began to fade. More Noisies would come in to repeat the process. There would be drinking. Sometimes they would make so much noise that even Carry Me would not abide them and roar at them until it subsided. Sometimes they would fight amongst themselves, but not often. If Smoky Growling, coming out of its den to growl at the squabblers, did not stop them, Carry Me would point to the gilded throne-like chair sitting by the hearth. He would just point at it, and the squabbling would cease.
It was part of their pattern, and it was nice. It wasn't as nice as sharing space with nestmates, which wasn't nice at all when there wasn't enough food. It was a different sort of safe, and it liked it. Even if it cannot understand why. It was nice to be safe, to feel safe, to know it was not alone, but not in danger of being eaten because prey grew scarce. It was reassuring, in the same way well-fed nestmates were reassuring to have around, to know there was strength in numbers. So the beautifully gilded throne-like chair had remained by the hearth.
Only once had someone chosen to disregard the many and ample warnings Carry Me and Smoky Growling tended. Once, out of the squabbling Noisies, only once one of the squabbling Noisies had put his hands on it, bellowing it knew what came of some such things. It had seen many a piece of furniture be used to whack another Noisy around. At that point, Smoky Growling would come out of the kitchen and toss the unrulies out. Why he didn't just eat them, it didn't know, but that was a rule that did not need to be spoken to be understood, and it was a rule it could abide, as well as it was. Do not eat the other Noisies. Bless you, bless you.
But the Noisy put his hands on it, too fast for anyone to react. Zapburn Light might. He had once been even faster than Move Quiet, but by that point, Zapburn Light had stopped coming around. A pity, because he was quiet and calm, and it tingled faintly when he sat on the buttery, soft indigo cushion that was its tongue. In any case, the Noisy had grabbed it, ready to whack some other Noisy with it, except the chair had not budged. Caught off guard, it had done the first thing it could think of, and the claw-footed legs of the chair had sunk those claws into the floorboards. So the Noisy yanked again, making angry noises. And it had growled a warning. The nest had gone really quiet.
The Noisy had let go. The sweat of its fear ate the delightful salty taste on its skin. It had backed away, and Carry Me had made amused noises until he could hardly catch his breath, and Move Quiet whacked him gently on the back of his head and called him an idiot. So in a way, I guess it really was tame and domesticated. Domesticated, that was what Smoky Growling told Carry Me he was. That Move Quiet had domesticated him, and Carry Me would point out with great pride that they had tamed Smoky Growling. It had to do with giving up their roaming and settling down to a nest and making others give them shinies rather than having to fight with sword and axe and magic for them. It would rather be tame and domesticated than starving or destroyed by a pack of Noisies or devoured by a larger nestmate if food grew scarce and hunger great. So it grew tame. It grew domesticated and settled into a comfortable pattern. Sometimes Move Quiet would slip into the room in the golden early light and sit on the plush indigo cushion. She often did this when she had a youngling, letting chubby hands and tiny fingers map out the patterns of gold leaf in the wood-carved armrests. It was good. It would have been hard to tell her younglings apart from all the other Noisies otherwise, particularly as they grew up and matched them in size.
Sometimes, but not often, the younglings themselves would sneak in. Happy Sound would lay down on the ground and tickle the underside of the chair until it would wiggle in response to the funny feeling, and she would make the happiest sounds. No Shoes would meander in and climb laboriously up on the buttery soft indigo cushion, and then pretend to be a ruler of Noisies, gesturing importantly and commanding the silence and the dust motes in the golden light. It would usually take such opportunities to clean the youngling's feet subtly, because Move Quiet did not make happy noises when she discovered the youngling had misplaced yet another pair of footwear, and if Move Quiet was not happy, there was no peace for anyone in the nest. But they too eventually stopped coming in. They had gone away, like other Noisies, to look for shinies. It was always just the 5 of them, and then just the 4 of them when Zapburn Light stopped coming. The pattern remained, and it understood them, and that is all that mattered to it. Its kind were relatively simple predators. Until the pattern broke.
It had been drowsing in the golden morning light, playing with a fork under its tongue, enjoying the bitter taste of it for a novelty, when Carry Me had crashed through the den's back entrance. The Noisy had staggered and then fallen to the clean rushes on the floor. He had not gotten up. It had gone very still. It could sense something almost forgotten in the air. Blood. Noisy blood. Not the blood of scuttling Noisies. No, this was coppery and salty and sweet. Rich and warm, and there were tastes embedded in its memory that rose up like a tide. Except this was Carry Me. The tide turned into a churning whirlpool. Carry Me was bleeding. Carry Me, who could cow a whole pack of Noisies with one look, who could growl and quiet a whole room, who sometimes left extra food out if the pickings were slim at the end of the night. Carry Me was on the floor. Carry Me was bleeding, and he was not getting up. It felt the sort of panic that wells up from seeing a nestmate cleaved under an axe. Get up, it thought, but Noisies were, well, Noisies. They did not have a proper language, only noises, and when it had learned a great many of them, it had never learned to make them back.
3 Noisies came in and through the shattered back entrance of the den, and oh, they had weapons. They had a sword and an axe and an ugly club, and it knew clubs. It knew them almost as well as axes. The Noisy with the sword was dragging Move Quiet by a handful of her hair as she was raging at them all, kicking and clawing. When it scented her blood, it could only think of Happy Sound and No Shoes. The whirlpool inside it turned into a dark, black thing.
The Noisy with the sword pointed at the gilded throne-like chair, sitting by the banked hearth, its gold leaf trimming gleaming in the morning light. The indigo of its leather cushions, rich as the day it had been dyed. Axe Noisy and Club Noisy nodded and moved towards it.
How long? Most mimics die young. They eat each other in times of famine. They're discovered and destroyed. How many find a home where they're fed, sheltered? How long does it take for a creature whose size and power depends entirely on its age and feeding to grow from a humble beginning, say, a throne-like chair with gold leaf carved armrests, indigo cushions, and a swooping backrest, into something much larger? How long does it take to tame a mimic? The men advanced towards the chair.
And the walls of the tavern growled.
That's
God.
really good.
God.
I like that a lot. Wow. That's very cool. That's a fun story.
That is you.
Well, apparently there may be a part 2. Hang on. No. That link did not work.
That's all going a bit sideways. That's fine.
I'm scrolling. Keep doing. That was very good. Well, I'm writing a book somewhere else, but this bought real estate in my head, and I couldn't move until it blarred out. That was really fun. I like that a lot. Very, very fun. I can see if there's something short on my Tumblr likes if we leave. No worries. Don't worry about it later. Thank you very much for sticking with us as we ran a bit late, but
with it.
The walls of the tavern
growled.
Oh man! Somebody put that in the next D&D movie. That'd be freaking brilliant. Oh, he's being so disgustingly cute, and now I have to wake him up and drive him into chaos so that he'll let me sleep. Right, let's tell the lovely folks where they can find us.
You can find us next on Friday when
on the
onlines. On Friday when the full lid will go live. There's all kinds of good stuff in this one, including some really nice artwork and a great closing song and reviews for a really interesting new indie movie. Then on Sunday, we'll be back with Caravan Sandwich in What If Alien but Provence and Kind of Lovely.
And are we at the Frog settlements
I
now.
believe we're about to go see the frogs.
We're about to
Yep.
go see the frogs. That'll be really fun.
And then we'll be back here next Wednesday with more of these.
Exactly. There are also last days of stream, but I can't remember them off the top of the head. I think it's going to be like the 18th, and it's before the 20th of December.
We're going to wheels up around there. Yeah.
We'll get the dates and we'll talk about it in the future. But just so people know, we're going to take a couple weeks off at the end of the year and into January to rest and recharge and spoil that one and get a Christmas tree. And get a Christmas tree. We're trying to decide if we're going to get a little live one in a pot or if we're going to get a big cut down one and then do something with it in the future. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I get a Christmas tree because this is our first Christmas in the new house.
And the tiny baby cheeses.
And the tiny baby cheeses. It'll be good. Okay. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for joining us, Alistair. Thank you for joining us, Alistair. You know what, Alistair? It's a pleasure.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Say good night, Alistair.
Good night, Alistair.
All right. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one. Vamp for just one more moment while I find the book.
Look at the kitty. Look at the kitty. He's adorable. Showing you his butt.